Alright, you guys, take it easy with the stop sign jokes, right? I know what a stop sign's for. For crashing into, right? How is everybody? How's things? Happy Wednesday. We're creeping towards Christmas. That's no bad thing, is it? That is no bad thing. So, yeah, we thought we'd come back to Haut Beyleron today. See what was going on here. I've got a little bit of work to do here, but we've also got something quite exciting to show you. I've been beavering away on this over the last few days and weeks. Having quite a bit of fun with it, if I'm being honest. I'm going to do you a demo tonight of my latest sim dashboard screen, and I would say it's probably my most adventurous one to date. We've really pulled all the stops out. Still very much a work in progress, lots of bits still to do to it. But it's kind of in a place where I think it's ready to... start showing to you guys. And actually, maybe even a bit of live feedback for things you want to see on it. But I'm pretty pleased with it. All the new stuff in Sim Dashboard, all the new kind of commands that it does in the background make it really interesting. So how's everybody doing? My wheel again is absolutely bust. I don't know if there's something wrong with G-Hub or the game or what. I don't know. But for some reason, every time I reset it, it throws itself out again. You have to manually go in and fix it when you're in the game. Very, very frustrating. But here we go. Evening, Mark. How you doing? You loving the latest screen? Good. Well, you might have something interesting tonight. In fact, will I give you a little demo of it? In fact, I've got to go and jump in the right tractor to do it, haven't I? So let's just roll this back here. We've got to get rid of this mulcher anyway. We just borrowed that, so that's all done with now. So we can put that back. So we'll just stop this here. In fact, we'll sell it, and then we'll jump in and we'll what do I do here? Owned items and leased items. How do you find leased items these days? There we go. Right, let's return that. We are a bit tight for cash at the moment, but does work. Good. I'm testing it in the background here. Right, here we go. Climb in. Let's jump into the cab view actually, because this is what I want to do. Note the brand of tractor. Let me power it up. Now you see that screen there? Well, we have been busy. And we have got that screen there. Still work in progress. Like I said, there's bits missing. The lights don't work at the moment. Lots of bits and bobs missing. But some of the new commands in Sim Dashboard and 22, the two working together, mean that things like when I turn the engine on now, if you look in the operations, there you go, engine off, you can see it firing up. You can switch between... I'll need to demo it with some stuff. I'll need to get some kit onto it. In fact, let me jump back to here. Let's just get something basic. Oh, in fact, we've got a mower there. Brilliant. Mower's perfect for it. So what we'll do, we'll reverse back up. Grab these two mowers, because these are probably the best way of demoing it. Totally wasting time now. This is not what we started out to do. So did you see there when that connected, that rear one connected, the light changed on the dash? Well, it's probably a bit... So I hope it's not too small in the corner. We'll try and go big and demo it, and then jump between screens. There we go. Mitchell Paradise, thank you. Thank you. Glad you're enjoying Bull's Gap. So there you go. You can see as well there. Let's just jump out here. So we've got our mower front and back there, and you can see attached you can see, I'm going to have to, let me go back to the full screen one again to demo for you. Sorry, I muted to cough and then couldn't come back on. So, I'll do a demo again. So, unfolding the front mower. Sorry, I've got a frog in my throat. Unfolding the mower again. Let's try it. So, if the top left button here next to the dial, if I press that, you can see it unfolding. There we go, and it'll turn green. And you'll see at the bottom that it tells you from your hydraulics that it's undone as well. The blue button changed. I can raise and lower it as well. And another light comes on to tell you it's raised and lowers. You can power it up. You can see the revs going up. You can see it's running now. So your front and rear ones are running. Lower it down again. You can see you can touch the dial as well if you want to touch the dial instead. So that works. Let me jump back to here, just so you can see it. So we can touch this dial here, and it will raise and lower things. But if you want to as well, these buttons down here, can you see me touching the screen there? The bottom two buttons in the bottom right corner here, you can also drop and raise both of them together. So if I power that off, let's unfold the back as well. So unfold that, switch, unfold that. And then if I can power both of them up, front and rear. And I can lower them both as well. So depending on your preference and what you want to do, you can raise and lower both, or you can do them independently. You can see the buttons changing slightly. That's too small again, isn't it? Let me show you here. So when they're powered on, you can see the buttons change. So you've got the ability to change lots of icons now. Alain, good day and nice. I have to download that. Quick question, is there a way to put the engine load instead of, let's say, temporary? If engine load's an option, I don't think it is though. So yes, there's lots of options and customization around it. I just kind of try and pick something that I think will kind of suit the majority of players. So we'll see there. There we go. Oh no, forgot to switch. There we go. So there we go. Bit of fun. Bit of fun. Having a riot playing it. Getting distracted and not doing vids. That's the only problem. So, Milk Tanker J, how's it going? You're not the only one that's bought an Android tablet specifically because of my sim dashboards. I imagine there's a lot of very unimpressed kind of partners of people out who are just like, you've bought what? For what? But it is good, isn't it? I'm biased, of course, but what's going on here? Fold it up. That's not what I wanted to do. Unhitch. Even I'm still getting used to the buttons on it. But it's good fun. It's going to have lots more functionality in it as well, and it's going to be a lot more intelligent than anything we've done before. Lots of different button states and things like that, and just clever bits and bobs thanks to the new Sim Dash interface. But Tim Maslin, take it easy, mate. Nice to see you. Early used. But no worries, yeah. Do your thing, mate, and we'll see you later. Right. I haven't even thought about what we need to do today. I know we've got 2 fields here that we've mulched. If you remember them in the last episode, we've mulched them. Our grapes are nowhere near ready to harvest, I don't think. Nope, still growing slowly. I may do a few contracts today, actually, just for a bit of fun. Oh, look at that, a baling contract. I think it'll let us do that. Mow the grass in field 7, then dry it with a tedder and bale it. Take the bales to livestock market, Haut Beyleron. Let's not do that. Let's find a cultivating job with a Fendt, so we can use our screen. There's not going to be one now, is there? Some big tractors, though. We could try a tractor we've never used before. No, we're into fertilising now. Oh, there's a few harvesting contracts as well. Sugar beets. Anyone in for sugar beets? James Riggle, how you doing? Nice to see you. Evening, Trey. King Gamer, I'm going to ignore that comment about iPad. This, hopefully I'll get it released over the weekend, if not a bit sooner. It all depends on how much time I've got. Look at these contracts, are appallingly bad, aren't they? £500 for a contract. My time is worth more than that. Oh, that's quite a nice one. Cultivating contract, field 26. Use your own equipment or lease equipment for a reward reduced by... Let's do that and let's borrow items. Let's do this. Oh, I'm quite excited about this one. Field 26. And we'll use the Rooster Mash. John Lass, how you doing? Can't beat beats. Shame, really. Right. Let's drop that off because it's relevant to this tractor. There we go. Never used this tractor before. It's nice, isn't it? Evening, Ken. How you doing? John Lass, I am well, thank you, as is the family. Looking forward to Christmas, I think. Let's squeeze past this... auger that somebody's left lying out. So inconsiderate. Right, Westfield 26. Let's find Westfield 26's, shall we? Evening, Ed. How you doing? Music Man, nice to see you. 26. 21. Of course, it's the absolutely colossal one. That kind of makes sense, doesn't it, when you see the size of the tractor? But means we can go a little route we've never been before. Let's do a little bit of a tour of the tour of the map. And of course we've got a GPS now, so we can have a bit of fun with the GPS in the field as well. So there's no traffic coming the other way as we roll through this quaint little town. Ah, the steering wheel. Dead zones are back to 14% as well. Honestly, I'm getting frustrated with it now. That's why they put wheels on this machine, so you can bounce them off. You can bounce them off. You can bounce them off things. Right, we're off. Is that right, Nick? Oh, dead zones are horrible. Interestingly, I've got a dead zone turning right but not left. Typical. Once again, the G29 comes good. How do I get GPS on the rented tractor? The GPS now installs on all rented machinery. Oh, we're going to have an argument with this Ford van now. Hang on a second, I'm going to have to jump out and play with G-Hub again. Nope, it's totally wrecked. Stupid thing. Honestly, I'm at 45 degrees, and look how much it's turning, and then if I turn the other way, I turn 2 degrees, and it's turning on this tight turn. Absolute joke, this wheel. I'm not sure if it's 22 or the wheel, but it's really bugging me now. And now I can't see the chat because my G-Hub is... Daza T Arab, if you want to do a donation, you can super chat in the live stream here. That's really the only option I've got, but you don't have to. Don't feel obliged to in any way, shape or form. It's I'm doing it for the love of it. Contrary to the guy who had a big rant at me this week saying I was clearly working for the software company, it's the only reason that I would be pushing it in a video. So there you go. Apparently you can't do anything for enjoyment anymore. It's always got to be for money. Oh, look at 2CV. Had enough passing me there. Am I in the right place here? Am I in the right place? I am. I've just got to find the entrance to the field now. Any ideas, anyone? We could just sneak in here, couldn't we? Ah, French drivers, get over yourselves. There we go. I'm pretty sure that wasn't the entrance to the field, but we'll manage. Have I tried calibrating it in Windows? Do you know what, Jarrett? Sometimes it works perfectly. Other times it doesn't work in... And I know it's not really... It isn't the wheel. Because I used this for sim racing before I got my Fanatec stuff, and it worked absolutely fine. So I kind of know it's something in the way that it's talking to 22. And G-Hub have said it's not a supported game yet. I'm waiting for an update for G-Hub to support 22 as well. So we'll get there. But just in the interim, just a wee bit annoying. Just a wee bitty annoying. Right, do I think Courseplay will come soon for FS22? I think it will come, Danny. I don't know when. Obviously an incredibly complex... mod compared to some, so it may take a bit of time, but there we go. Right, let's do a little bit of setting ourselves up for look at him rattling through the gearbox. It took him a while to get going then, didn't it? Here we go. No offset. Let me just auto width myself. I was trying to work out offsets as well in Courseplay the other day because somebody asked it in one of the questions. Far too difficult for me to understand. Here we go. Right, we'll do a couple of headlands, and then we'll get stuck into it. No worries, Scott. Nice to see you. Appreciate you dropping by. Tea fixes most problems. That's not a lie, Tom. Tea makes the world go round. Being British. Mitchell Paradise, when you use the heavy equipment bundle, did I ever use the analog sticks? I use them all of the time for doing my cinematic shots, yeah. They were They were very good for that, and I missed them off this wheel as well. So definitely the G920 at the moment is not winning me over. Music Man, you're running a 3060 Ti and have settings optimized, but still getting screen jumps. Any item? Try turning your VSync off. Music Man. See if that helps. Time to move over to the rig. Hey, I was racing today. I had a very unpleasant race. Had a lunchtime. Took a break for my lunch, and instead of eating food, I went and did an iRacing race, and got royally stuffed by some jerk who couldn't drive, which is ironic when you see my FS driving. Welcome to C-Class, yeah. He seemed to be a little bit optimistic on his... Can I... Yes, I can, see? There we go, Alt-N there. Allowed me to... although typically it's not... Jan R. with the super chat. Thank you very much, my friends. Edward, which map has bigger fields? I don't know. Probably they're pretty similar. You don't need to shout, by the way. No, it wasn't my fault, Fusion. I think they're pretty balanced. Edward, I think you'd probably maybe slightly bigger on Elm Creek, but then you see fields the size of this, and you know, this has got some pretty big fields as well. How's the tractor's lighting at night compared to FS19? Alright, Chris. Probably much of a muchness, actually. It all depends on how dark the map lighting is. So again, I think when we get a few modded maps, it'll be interesting to see how it's done. But all in all, I think the lighting is better. I'm just being lazy bearded, just sort of chop this tiny little strip off at the end. It's one of those things, isn't it? You could finish the contract, and that kind of 1 meter slither down the end there would be the bit that you still needed to do. So I just sort of chop it off there before I got too far. I like this Rustomash tractor, by the way. It's fantastic. I'm a big fan already. Usually it is my fault, Fusion, but today it really wasn't. I was on the inside and had done the pass, and he turned in on me, and he wanted the racing line, even though there was a car on it. And 2 into 1 doesn't fit, as Mr. Hamilton and Mr. Verstappen will tell you all too well. But yeah, that's the point. You get, as Cyborg says, as you still get punished for it as well. So it kind of, there are no winners. Chris, can you get banned for driving like an idiot in that game? You can indeed, Chris. Yep. Yeah, anything malicious or vindictive gets you a ban straight away. Oh, there you go. Interesting point there from Anton. If you see that, Music Man. Latest Nvidia drivers causing issues to drop from very high to high if you're on very high, and see if that helps. Edward, which map do I prefer? Definitely Haut Beyleron over Elm Creek. I hate to say it. because Elm Creek was the one I was excited about, but it didn't really live up to the hype, which was unfortunate. Whereas this one's the lovely map. This and Erlengrat, actually. Erlengrat doesn't get the love it deserves. Erlengrat's an amazing map. Visually, the nicest of the three, for sure. Brad, I agree, yeah. I think the nights, the whole lighting model in 22 is so much better than 19. So yeah, no, I think they've improved that as well, and I can't wait to see what the modders do with it. Did I see the maps, the farm Scroff built? I did, yes. Yes, he did a cracking job of that. Chris, is there a header strap mod or something to strap your headers down when moving my headers from field to field? What you can do is put them on a low loader and strap them down. Or drive slowly, Chris. Because they do connect to some of the the header trailers, not as well as in 22, but they do connect if you position them correctly. Some of them, anyway. But then you just have to drive carefully. Again, something I'm not renowned for. Vinto, Mike. Yes, I've got one. Are you? I'm not sure what you're asking there. Are you asking me what mic I have? Are you asking if my name is Mike? Very confused. What farmer drives slow drone? Exactly. Exactly. I blame the traffic on the maps. Oh, come on. Come on. Struggling to find the right gear. There we are. And we're off. Let's have a look inside this tractor. Ooh, crikey. Not a lot of digital stuff going on in here, is there? Ah, we're on a hill and he's bouncing between gears. He can't work out which gear to go in. Ah, Vinto, the mic I use. Do you know what? The mic I use is actually a relatively cheap one. I think it cost me about $40 on Amazon. It's a toner mic, and it's so far so good. I would like to upgrade it. Maybe after Christmas I'll treat myself. Yeah, we are definitely between. I was in third range. I'm going to range 2 now. There we go. That's better. Yeeta boy, do I make mods for 22? No, I do not. Wish I was intelligent enough to do that, but I am not. Bearded, yeah, it's not bad, is it, for the cache? It does the job. It takes a little bit of tweaking to get the sound right, but when you do, one of the biggest things I've added to it actually is using Nvidia. What's it called? It's basically a mic filter. Which is really, really good. Oh, I'm having a total brain fade here. Nvidia, what's it called? It's been a long week already. But basically, you can put filters out so it drowns out the background a bit and takes some of the background noise and the tinniness out, which is quite good. Michael Trinity, Donald Brown, nice to see you guys. How are you doing? Ah, thank you, Derek. Hey, Derek, you must be pleased you saw the 90-degree rotation is now a button on my new Sim Dash. That was what you asked for. And you got it. In fact, to the point that I'm about to use it. So if I do Alt End now, and just move over to here, there you go. Come on. It really is struggling between ranges here. Nah. There we go. Yeah, he gets to third gear in his third range and he gets stuck. You almost have to stop him. He's gone back to his second range now. Interesting. Is that right? Is that right, Anton, on the front of the tractor? It says important. Evening, Archie. How you doing? And Jump Ellis. Greetings from Finland, my friend. How are you? Yes, as Fusion says, if you could hit the like button, it really does help the channel. I see we've got 160 of you lovely people on tonight, which is fantastic. If you're enjoying yourself, please hit the like button. It would it definitely helps the channel grow. Darren Reynolds from Yorkshire. How you doing, mate? Nice to see you. Nice part of the world. Hope you're not a Leeds fan. That was a pretty savage game last night for you guys. I think it's the gearbox actually, Peter. If once it finds the right gear, it's got lots of power, but it's almost like the box is letting it down. Thanks, Scope. Oh, Huddersfield Town. Alright, you're safe then. Mr. Magnuson, is it a Russian tractor? I don't know, a Rustelmash Russian? Anton will be able to tell us. Jump Ellis, thank you for the sub, my friend. There we go. I almost want to put this into manual and choose the gear for him. I have to say, I think the guys in my community who are playing on the multiplayer server are quite enjoying this map. I'm going to try something here. Polish, there we go. Let's put this in... let's put this in... manual. Automatic, manual, manual with clutch, automatic, manual, okay. And I'm going to set it up with my paddles, I think, because my gear, I haven't set up my gear stick to go through multiple ranges yet, so shift gear up, boom, shift gear down, there we go. See what happens with that. You wanted to get on the server last night and it wasn't there. That's frustrating, Fusion. Right, there we go. I can control the gear I'm in now. Look at that, instantly we're better. Alright, my revs might be higher, I might burn through a bit more fuel, but that feels a lot more sensible, doesn't it? Gizmo, nice to see you, how's things? Right, there we go. Ed Boakes, welcome my friend. Thanks for joining. Right, here we go. Alt End. Let's rotate this back to where we want it to be. And we are good to go. Harvesting a massive field of oats on the server right now. Good stuff, man. Soon fusion. Kieran Leopold, nice to see you. How's things? Okay, this is going to take us a bit of time, this. Nice little earner, though. Completely avoid any contract that's done on this field. And just to prove that the new Sim Dash does work, there you go. We're running, and as you can see, because we've only got a rear device on there, in the middle bottom console there, it's attached, it's unfolded and it's lowered, but obviously it's unpowered, it's a pull behind, so the PTO is off. You can see the revs running there. You can see the dial on the right hand side. If I stop now and raise the dial, it raises the implement, so it's all animated now, which is quite good fun. So yeah, properly enjoying playing with the Sim Dash. Chinook, is there a way to learn all the aspects of Farming Simulator 22? You are very new to this. So the most important thing, Chinook, is don't try and do everything at once. Work through it bit by bit. Start with the basics. Have you been through the tutorial yet? In fact, my video for tomorrow is in fact how to get started on Farm Sim for beginners. So do the tutorial, you fire it up, have a look at the in-game stuff, have a look at the Academy as well, Farm Sim Academy on the website. I think it's under a title called Tutorials. But there's lots of good stuff in there. And watch a few how-to vids from content creators, because there's some good stuff out there. Farmer Cop does some brilliant tutorials, so he's worth checking out. I've got a few, maybe mine are maybe a little bit more advanced. Nadine. It's done by key commands now. Brilliantly. Alt and end. Stick another end on here. Yes, Mr. Sealy P is good. Definitely worth checking out Mr. Sealy P. Also, Chinook, jump on our Discord if you're not in there already. The FarmSim Guy Discord server, because there's tons of guys on there who are willing to help and muck in and give you a bit of advice and stuff. It does indeed, yes, it does rotate at 90 degrees. It's actually set up on my new Sim dashboard as a button now as well. Just doing another headland here, and then we'll start running things up and down again. Yeah, don't feed the ESAB. Just be polite. As long as you're polite, ESAB's very helpful. I had a very disgruntled Sim dashboard user the other day that couldn't get it to work, and basically said it was a terrible, terrible app, and I had a terrible Discord because he didn't get any help on it. Nothing to do with maybe him not understanding how to install it, but there we go. There's always going to be one, isn't there? Right, we're making progress now. We've done all the messy bits. Let's get grinding this field out. I may have overcommitted. Should have gone for some. I saw the big box in the contract and was like, "Ooh, that'll do. We'll do that." we will do that. Might have some exciting stuff coming up in the next couple of weeks. Might have a couple of early previews of maps, maybe, which could be fun. Obviously, it all depends if they'll be ready, but if they are, I'm looking forward to doing a few demos. Brad Ludak, you prefer VCA over GPS? Do you know what? It's nice we've got the option now, isn't it? Nice to have another another tool. I have to say, I'm so used to GPS, I couldn't warm to it. But it has got some clever features in it. Definitely has got some clever features in it. So I should be skipping rows here. The size of this tractor, I should be able to skip rows, shouldn't I? Yeah, that North Dakota 16 times map does look good, doesn't it? Kieran, did YouTube update the dislike feature? It doesn't count dislikes now. It does count them still, but it doesn't display them anymore. So yes, you still get a rating for your vid. Still, they still use it as a tool to measure how popular or unpopular a vid is. But yes, it's kept away. If that North Dakota map is any good, it may well be our second FarmSim server. It is Hastings, Mitchell. Good evening, Joe. How's things? How's your grandson doing? I hope he's doing well. Yes, Yukon River Valley's coming along nice as well. That feels like unfinished business. Fusion, I can't ban you because you're an admin, but I want to. Ghost Destroyer, how's it going? Have I got a sim dashboard cam I could stick on? I have I don't actually have my cam pointing at it, but I do have this. Can you run an Xbox controller, twin joysticks and a sim dashboard at the same time, or does the sim dashboard use the same key bindings? It uses the default key bindings, Gizmo, so if you've got the default key bindings set up to do other stuff, it will throw things out a bit. But I've got, technically again, I have a PS4 controller which I use for doing my cinematics now because I lost my joysticks off my wheel. I've got sim dashboard running, I've got the heavy equipment bundle side panel, I've got the gear shifter, I have then got a Fanatec steering wheel and pedals over there. I've got two keyboards, one in the racing rig and two mice in the racing rig. I've so many inputs plugged into my computer, it's ridiculous. Oh, very nice, Joe. G29 heavy equipment side panel. He's 100%. I bet that's you. You will never get a look in when he's there. CC Farms, is Courseplay different than GPS? Yes. The best way to describe it, CC, is Courseplay is fully automatic. You set it up at the start of a field, and the helper will go off and completely finish that field however you've got it set up. GPS is kind of, I would call it semi-automatic. Helps you get straight lines in the field, but you've still got to do some inputs. You've got to drop the implement, steer at the end of the rows and things like that. So yes. Robert Teed, can you get SimDash for PC? Yes, I hope so, because I'm on a PC. You can only get it for PC. It works, you need to have a PC, and it installs a little program on the PC, and then you have the dashboard, which you run as well, which has the app in it, and the software on the computer sends the data to the app. Ghost Destroy, it's been out for almost a month now. Yeah, we're 5 days away from it being out for a month. Sorry, 7 days. Lincoln Barringer, this is the Rustelmash, and it is a, it's a Rustelmash cultivator as well. There you go, I've gone full Rustelmash. There you go, never done that before. What Jack, how are you doing? Good evening, sir. How are you? There we go, we'll pop over. We're skipping rows here. Pretty standard practice with big tractors, so you don't have to turn them so tightly. What check? You've got a G923 wheel. Game's a lot better now, but can you program wheel buttons differently somehow? You can indeed, yes. What you do is, if you go into here, go down to your keyboard, your keys here. Now you can see you've got your keyboard and your mouse here. Now if you press on gamepad down here, it counts steering wheels and things as gamepads as well. So basically what you want to do, you want to find whatever you want to change here. So for example, guidance steering, toggle guidance steering. I want to do that. I'm going to press the Y button on my steering wheel there. So there we go, that's done. Save controls. Now if I come out of here and press the Y button, you can see you're turning on guidance steering. Technically that's not what I wanted to do. I wanted to turn it on and off. Where's that? Let's find that, shall we? Auto width, steering guide, increase track width. Doesn't let you turn it on and off? Surely. Interesting. Look at that. Toggle line display. Steering guide. Unless that's it. Do you think that's it? Let's do that. Let's get rid of that one. Oh, that's it. We've just had a funny name. Dragonloon, you saw your vid on Sam Dashboard when it was an FS19. Glad it came out for FS22 so quickly. Love the mod, and your FS vid was very informative. Thank you very much. Thank you. Yeah, it's something I discovered it and I just loved it. Is that right? Simon says. Right, I better fix that. Thank you. I appreciate that. Music Man, am I boycotting the mod network site like others are? I am avoiding downloading any mods from any sites at the moment because there's just too much skullduggery going on, too many people swiping mods from other people, making terrible edits and uploading them as their own. So yeah, my rule at the moment is in-game mod hub or direct from modders' own Facebook or wherever they keep their mods. But yeah, no, it's pretty sad at the moment. Sad state of affairs at the moment. I think disappointing in what people are doing. Just unnecessary, and runs the risk of us losing some really good modders who just get so frustrated that it's turned into a completely like the Wild West. And yeah, it's disappointing. Heavy, where's the legit place to get the GPS mod? If you search for GPS GitHub or Wopster GitHub, that is where he has it. So I would get it from there. Ghost, I am used to it. But I suppose the frustrating thing is the people that don't bother doing that as well. You know, a lot of us do. It's easy to ask the question, right? But I've never not found a mod when I've searched the name of the mod and put FS19 behind it. Yeah, sorry, Heavy, it's not GPS, it's guidance steering. Oh, actually, it is. You're right, Dragon. I beg your pardon. It is actually. It's in game. How? Yeah, silly of me. Yeah, ignore me completely. Just get it from in game. It is, Mitchell. It's a poor state of affairs. And I must actually give a shout out to Simply Safe Mods, who joined our Discord this week, who's trying to do something different with his mod site, where you have to be pre-approved as a modder, and you've got to go through a bit of a vetting process before you're allowed to upload mods to the site. So you know that every mod on that site has been uploaded by the modder who made it himself, rather than potentially somebody who's just downloaded it from somewhere, changed the mod description and claiming it as their own. So there we go. Mini Farmer Sim, good evening. How are you? Whereabouts in Cheshire are you, my friend? That is my that's my old stomping ground. Okay, we're an hour in and we're still we're going to spend the whole episode doing a contract at this rate. Feels like FS17 or... Do you know what, actually, Scorp? I think it's worse because you couldn't put FS17 mods into 19 as easily as you can put 19 mods into 22. So so that hatchet job that's going on is even easier to do. Ah, Nantwich! You are very close to me. I grew up just over in Beeston, just outside Tarpley. This is absolutely no interest to you lot, I'm sure, but yeah, very local. I learned to swim in Nantwich swimming baths. There you go. Yeah, I hope we don't lose too many modders. It would be a travesty if modders leave because they're treated badly. Mr. Cranky, how's it going, friend? Nice to see you. For some reason, he didn't want to lower there. And I forgot it was a manual box, so there we go. There we go. Just keep the revs. Oh, kicking on now. There we go. Bit high on the revs, maybe. Skyrus, thank you very much, my friend. Ali the Pretty Gator, hello. How are you? Derek, you pointed the Mona Lisa, but the snake Leonardo da Vinci pinched it. I'm still with you. Yeah. Shocking when that happens, isn't it? Shocking when that happens. Tom Owen with the £5 super chat. Thank you very much, sir. That is very much appreciated. I've got my sim dashboard overlay crashing into things here. Mr. Simulation, anybody have any info on when we might get the update for the game? I'm not sure if you saw the stream last night with Kermit and DJ. It was a good stream, actually. But Kermit was saying, hopefully in the next couple of weeks, ideally before Christmas. They can't put a date on it at the moment because they're trying to get so many changes into the one update. But definitely trying to push things through as quickly as they can, which would be good. they definitely want to release it before Christmas if they can, which would be good. Jacob's just finished a short haul in his standard cab Scania on Euro Truck Simulator. Nice, Jacob. You might not get it this year. I think they're going to do everything in their power to get it out by Christmas. That's what they've said. But no guarantees yet. On that note, Derek, 2 people have stolen my sim dashboard and done a real hatchet job on it this week, which I was a bit miffed about. It's like, technically that's my intellectual property they're messing around with. Alright, I'm not that fussed, to be honest. And I think a lot of people will probably know to look for the right one. Yeah, it's, it's not even close, but in a tiny way, I kind of feel the frustration of the modders when I saw those this week. But there we go. Such is life. Such is life. There hasn't yet been a mod for... Yeah, it's a shame consoles can't have mods at the moment. This is a new dashboard, Cranky. Yes! This is probably... It's very much a work in progress still. It's only about half working at the moment, but we've got lots of interactive buttons and things like that. So things like... Let me just stop and give you a quick demo for those of you... If I press the dial here on the right-hand side... He says, as it doesn't work, there we go. It rotates up, and if you look at the lights in the bottom center console, they tell you when the different hydraulics are working. They tell you when the thing is attached. You can tell when it's powered. So lots of functionality. You can see these lights as well. If I switch between, in fact, I only have the rear hitch on because I don't have a front implement on. But you can switch between the lights here. I can turn on. So cruise control there lights up the whole speedo dash and things like that as well. So lots of fun stuff going on with this. Hopefully out in the next maybe week or so. It's definitely the most technical one I've done so far. I've like kind of pored over how to do it first. You want to see the prototype? It's an absolute hack job. Like none of the buttons match or anything like that. It's just thrown stuff on a page to work out how it worked, and now I've started to put the design around it. But I kind of thought Fendt was probably a good screen to go for. I quite like the style of their screens as well, so I thought that was worth giving a go. For a change, rather than another John Deere one. We've got a lot of John Deere ones. I've also noticed that my new GPS screen I uploaded to 19 rather than 22, so I'll update that as well. Only get your official licensed FSG I should put on it, shouldn't I? Officially licensed Mini FarmSim. Thank you very much for the sub, mate. I appreciate that. That's awesome. Right, how are we doing? Right, not far, and then we'll cut back. The dials top left and top right, they're actually they have those as interactive dials on Fendt screen. I am the knowledge when it comes to Fendt screens after the last couple of weeks. They in the cab, in the real cab, you basically swipe your finger on them and you can adjust the height of the hitches through the dashboard. I can't do. I can only have 2 states, up or down, on mine, but I've tried to replicate as much as I can. And actually, if you see it here, Derek, when I press one, so if I press the right one here, you can see I've put 2 states on it. So one is up and one is down. So that's quite good fun. Quite enjoyed doing that. Just a bit of fun, right? Just a bit of fun. Is my just thinking my screen is off there. me see if I can fix that. There we go. Wasn't fully on. Begging your pardon. There we are. Fixed now. Right, so my windows. I have so many windows lined up on my second screen that if you click onto one, it knocks everything out. Margaret McNichol, hello, how are you? That's my next thing, is I'm going to manually create a joystick and dashboard, like printed 3D thing. How's it working, Cranky, the other one? Any bugs to report back? I think I need to change the lowering both implements at the same time. I think people want the option of, it's nice to have that. I've added it on this actually. You can lower them both if you've got two on, or you can do it individually from side to side. But I think just having them both is maybe a little bit frustrating. Yeah, Bence, it's we can only work with what we've got. I do have John Deere Dash, so if I swipe to, oh look, that was one of my test ones. Just let's don't just ignore that. So there you go. This is the generic active run. Screen, which I quite enjoy. This is kind of out of date now. I could put some GPS tools back in this now, rather than that hire worker button at the bottom, which was a total quick fix. And there's the new Sim Dash screen, the new guidance steering screen. Good stuff, Ben. It's nice to see it. Mr. Simulation, I think I might make a switch from Facebook Gaming to YouTube, but still on the fence about it. What's your opinion on YouTube? I'm probably the wrong person to ask, because I'm always going to be biased about YouTube, because I went from 1 subscriber to 35,000 subscribers in 12 months, so I'm always going to say YouTube's good for growing an audience, but I know it's not always the case for everybody. So, so yes, entirely up to you, Mr. Simulation. Whatever you think works better for you. You like lowering both. It doesn't drop the weight on the. Does it not, Cranky? Does it keep the weight high? That's interesting. BB Bush, do you think it would be worth starting a YouTube channel for FS now, or wait till more mods come out? There's always the right time to start a YouTube channel is right now. Get videos out, get making content, get used to it, get your head around the whole concept of it. It doesn't matter if there's no mods at the moment. You know, the game's the game. It's still very new. Lots of people are watching content. I've seen my numbers go up considerably in the last month, just because people are desperate to find out more about the game. So bite the bullet, jump in and do it. That's what I did. I did it with a 3-year-old game, and you know, it still worked. So so we'll see. We will see. Wayland, how are you doing? Nice to see you. Brett R, do you think they will release case and class implements and others for free, or will it be a pack? I think they've already talked about some case equipment coming with the next update. Things like the quad track is back, we know. I think the model just wasn't ready in time for launch, so they held it back. So MRG tornadoes going through eastern Nebraska and Iowa. Stay safe, y'all. Thoughts and prayers. Well said, my friend. Well said. And just huge shout out to everybody that suffered with the Kentucky tornadoes in the last week. The terrible things, like, it's all over the news over here. So, you know, it's clearly a really, really big deal. And like, thoughts and prayers to everybody stuck and struggling from the after effects of that. Really, really sad to see. Really sad to see. On the other hand, hello Mr. MRG, nice to see you. How's things? Very excited to see the map making progress. Loving those sheds. I think I retweeted, I think I reshared them on Facebook last night. Got some nice stuff there. Derek Smith speaks masses of sense. Do it for the love of it. Do not, if you want to get famous, if you want to make money, don't do YouTube. Yes, Nick, yes, I think we are. I think we are. Yes, Ashton Corners looks amazing, MRG. I tell you what, Jacob, when you realise that sim dashboards on Android, it's a lot healthier on the old bank balance than it being on iPads. My Android tablet cost me £99, and you can pick them up for around about that, around about $100 on Amazon. So definitely shop around. Right, we're on our way back now. And Ionibus, how you doing, my friend? Nice to see you. Here's the man himself as well, Mr. Forward Agricultural Solutions. How's it going, buddy? I'm doing well, my friend. Doing well. Just itching for a nice big 16 times map to get out the big guns on in the next few weeks. The base game maps are nice, but itching for some new content. Mr. MRG from the very flat Midwest is mostly flat. It is. Giant said so, so it must be true. Hey, who saw DJ's vid on JHHG's combines today? That got me excited. That got me very excited. Oh, come on, come on. No, we're going to have to go back to second gear. Nope. Didn't even turn my GPS on. Let me go back to my Fendt one, because I'm testing. That's the one I'm supposed to be testing. I've heard Colorado's pretty flat too. Right, we're on our way back now. We have got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 rows to go. It's still quite a lot. New Zealand. That is hilly. Scotland's flat too, didn't you know? I know that, Dragon. It was that was the joke. Oh, see, behave. Krista, how are we doing? Nice to see you. Someone buy me an Xbox, my parents would. First Soldier. Why not? Tell them it's great for your muscle control and your adaptive reaction times and stuff like that. Dragon, what do you mean by field data, mate? Just tell me what you think by that, and I'll see what I can do with it. Yeah, if you want to speak to people who know what flat's all about, speak to Niels. Half of their country's below sea level, innit? Mini Farmer, nice to speak, mate. Nice to have a local in. And the panel on the far left of the basic, if I can fit it in, what I try to do with all my screens is replicate the real life screens where I can. So this is as close as I could get it while still keeping some kind of level of functionality to it. But what they have got is there's a second and a third panel. So there's more of a GPS panel that has field data in it. It's got the GPS. I mean, I've got the GPS running at the bottom of this one as well, but you can also run a second screen. So it's not going to be the only screen I do, and it's actually easy once you've done the first one to then roll out other ones of the same suite, because you've got the template running there. So let's just, this is what I was supposed to be doing, was testing, and it works. Happy days. Lower it down, there we go. Trying to convince my wife I need a new computer, not working so well for me either. Yeah. I don't technically need a new computer, but it would be nice to get one. Spicy water. Spicy fizzy water. I have to time my visit to New Zealand as well and gate crash your little romantic drink. By the way, what was the dirt texture issue on the CC70? It was weird forward. My tractor just got a lot dirtier than Argsy's, a lot quicker, and we pretty much ran the same. We ran the same amount of time in the field. It was odd. How do you get a tachometer instead of a speedometer? You pick it from the options from the, so they basically have widgets in the panel. So you have an empty screen to start with, and then you drag and drop widgets in, so you can build your own whatever you want. You can add whatever you want to the stuff. So if there's one there, I don't even know if there is one there. The rig and all. Yeah, it was everything. I wonder if I've just got my dirt on high rather than normal or low, or maybe that was it. Is Dairy Deer on, by the way? I saw a solution to his problem if you're playing with onboard graphics rather than a separate graphics card. It's because it's in DirectX 12. You need to go into the XML and switch it back down to DirectX 11, and it should solve all his problems. Yeah, I think we do need a new anhydrous caddy. And know anybody that could supply one? And maybe that was it, Args. Power napping. You're going to remake the 7500 and release it publicly. That's exciting. It is a good looking bit of kit. Calvin W, you don't hire somebody to do this job. I could. But I'm quite enjoying it, to be honest. It gives me a chance to sit back and read the chat and also test out my Sim Dash, so... there we go. Oh dear. When you turn on your GPS too late. You mentioned maps. Do you think we'll be getting things like Hofbergman and Rev River Valley? I don't know, Zadio. Honestly, it's entirely down to the mod. The best thing to do is check out the pages of the guys that made those. Even leave them a comment and ask and see what their plans are. Oh, Nick. Fingers crossed for you, man. Hope it goes well. Let us know how it goes. Right, we're nearly there. We are nearly there. Green River coming to 22. That's good. That is good. It won't be long. Won't be long until we've got some cracking maps, and we can diversify. You're trying to find broken exploit to get money. Are you on PC, Calvin? I could show you how to get money right now. Right, I'm going to fix that bit that I wrecked at the top there. Oh, I just missed another bit there. There we go. Control-Alt-0. PC, yes. So you want to download a mod called Power Tools. which is in the in-game mod hub, and you just go to add remove money and hit OK, and you can put millions in there if you want. So that's power tools. That's probably the easiest way to do it. You can do it through the console. You can type in the command in the console as well, but have I got a mod to get money in the real world? I wish, Derek. If I had that, I wouldn't be doing this as a pastime. I would be doing this all day, every day, and I would have chucked my real job. Oh, without cheating, right? Got you. So you're actually trying to do it legitimately. But surely if it's an exploit, that's cheating as well, right? I have to say, Argsy and I made an absolute fortune on West Texas on with our cattle the other day. The government would disagree. Yeah, they would. Hear it. Skunk Beard, how is it? Welcome back. Have I gone looking for the collectibles? I haven't yet, Peter. No, I'm going to do the thing where if I come across one, I'll pick it up, but I'm always incredibly lazy when it comes to that kind of side of gaming. I never complete any of those kind of challenges. I'm rubbish. Right, we're nearly done here. Not bad for an hour and a half of... Oh, see? Stop reading chat. And because I'm on a manual box, I keep forgetting. Take care, Forward. Thanks for dropping by, buddy. Nice to see you, as always. Right, there we go. Quite enjoying playing with a manual gearbox. Especially with flappy paddles. Come on, now I've forgotten to put my... There we go. There we go. There we go. Oh, put it in gear. Yeah, I think it does run well on Linux, Joe. I think you're fine. I am not paying attention. Honestly, attention span of a goldfish, me. Right, we'll get these 4 passes. There generally isn't much to do on the farm at the moment. This is what's interesting about 22 and the pace of the gameplay. Is a lot steadier. I mean, I guess it's more seasons based. You know, seasons in 19 was slower than the base game, but I just think by default you end up picking up the pace of game a bit slower. So it's either run the time faster and try and get through stuff, or just relax a little bit more and enjoy the game. Right, I'm going to have to go and fix that row again now at the top, aren't I? You can sleep whenever you want as well. That is helpful. There's got to be a 28-day seasons or something. Although, that said, if you get yourself a nice big 16 times map, you will very, very quickly fill your days. We all know us men can only do one thing at a time. Wouldn't happen if Mrs. FSG was driving. It's true. Mitchell's, is there any map makers in the chat? What's the etiquette on doing a maps edit starting from other people's work? As long as you're not going to upload it to any sites, Mitchell, I think it's fair game. It's the same as having mods. If you've got a mod that you tweak and set it up the way you want to set it up, put your logos on the side of it, you know, any of that stuff I think is legit. The moment you decide to put it on a mod site and claim it as your work over and above another modder's, and you've not asked permission to do it or any of that, that's when it becomes a little bit kind of underhand, I think. But genuinely, if you're just creating something that works for you and you're only ever going to keep it as yours, I think you should be fine. Started again on Elm Creek. Using McKnight said, I must check that out actually. I still haven't had a chance to look at it. What if you give the original modder credit for the base of the mod map without asking their permission first? You shouldn't do it. Definitely shouldn't do it. That's the problem we've got at the moment, is that people are taking modders' mods, changing a couple of lines of XML, and then uploading it as their mod. And even if they say thanks to the other modder, you know, somebody's put thousands of hours of you know, modelling and setting it all up, and then somebody comes along and in 20 minutes is claiming kind of the mod as their own. It's not okay. The only time it is okay is if the modder has given permission for somebody to edit and upload, which doesn't happen very often. When you download map edits that are listed as map edits, does that usually mean the original modder was probably involved? No, probably not, Mitchell. Anybody who's done it properly will be very clear in their descriptions about the fact that they will say thank you. They'll be very gracious to. So Diners Farms, perfect example. Diners Farms made those brilliant edits to some of MRG's maps, but it was a collaborative thing. MRG knew the standard of Diners' work, and he knew that he would do a brilliant job and take it beyond what MRG had the time to be able to do, and maybe some of the kind of in-game skills like adding calves to the map and powdered milk and all of that stuff. Really, really good. So MRG was obviously comfortable that somebody was gonna take his creation and improve on it and make it better. But again, that's not the same as somebody just grabbing a mod and like say modding it to be, you know, 1 million litres in the tank and it goes 50 miles an hour. Now, I know there's guys on here, Scorpion's a perfect example of a guy on that's how he plays the game, and he loves playing it that way. And he will edit mods so they work for his style of gameplay. But he would never upload them to a site and claim it as his work. And that's the beauty of mods, right? I mean, I've done it. I did. You can see my logo on the side of a load of different machinery, and you know, I edit. Oh look, I've unlocked an achievement. I've edited mods to suit me, but unless I've had permission to share them on, and I did actually. Quiet Hitman made some edits to one of his mods for me with logos, and he said, "Look, yeah, I'm happy for you to share it on to other people." But I would never have done it without his permission. No way. That's half the problem. I think people don't realise it's an issue, especially if you're kind of, you know, you're new to this, and you think, well, if I just say thanks to the modder when I upload my version, that's fine. I've covered my bases, but that's still ethically, I think that's kind of not right. Zero Cool. Hello. First time watching a video. Good stuff. Thank you very much, my friend. Great to have you here. Great to have you. We've got 183 people watching. 185. It only says 180. I'm actually interested to see how quickly it updates on the screen, because on my... Did I capture that? Oh, there's a line there that let's go and fix that a bit. Why am I in kilometers here? Oh, do you know why I'm in kilometers? Because I was testing GPS the other day. Because actually, if you're in feet and inches, it can get a bit confusing. There we go. Suburban Customs. Hey, just saw your video about the GPS and Sim Dash, but I have a massive problems with the GPS mod is installed, but did not work properly with the dash. It just lifts the tool instead. Have you got the base game keybinds in? Have you changed any of your keybinds? Oh, it's our last pass. Look at that. I didn't even realise I only had one to go. Very good. Because I've got the panel here. So which buttons is it that aren't working, Suburban? So I've got raise lower here, guidance. Look, turned it off, turned it on there. So yeah, if all your keybinds are set to the base game keybinds, it should have no issues. Tom, was it bad etiquette for New Zealanders to say they make good lamb? Not at all, Tom. Best lamb in the world. Well, I don't know. Wales gives it a close run. Skunkbeard. So this is GPS for 22. Different looking. Yes, it is. Take it easy, Kieran. Thanks for dropping by, mate. Thank you, Scooter. Much appreciated, mate. Much appreciated. Basically, the GPS on-off button lifts my tool. The auto steer just folds it up. But okay, we'll check the keybinds. Thanks. I'm just trying to think what could. So the only time I can think of, I've had issues before where, now if the GPS is turned off, let me turn it off. No, I was just saying then that sometimes with GPS it didn't work if well, that's interesting. Not selected. Oh, I can jump between the tracks. I've had that issue before sometimes when things were turned off, but this seems to be working fine there. So yeah, let me know, Suburban. Even if it's after the stream, drop me something in the Discord if you want, and we'll try and fix it for you. Because I don't like people. There we go. Contract done. Good luck to the person who has to collect all the stones from in here. And we made ourselves $5,000. That's not bad. Ah, Tom is a Welshman. Right, there we go. Right, let's head back up to the farm. What have we got on here, actually? There isn't much to do at the moment, if I'm being brutally honest, unless our... Ooh, sprinting. Oh, the grass is ready to go. Let's mow a bit of grass, because that means we can kind of test the dashboard as well, doesn't it? Do you like my number plate here? Thought it was a bit mean doing the Argsy Sucks one. Although we still have that. There he is. Wojo had the problem as well, but resetting your keybinds seemed to fix it. Yeah, it's too hard. You know, I had to go with the base game keybinds because if I'd started editing them, you're asking people to do a lot of changes just to make things happen. And to be honest, I think probably a majority of people use the base game keybinds. So trying to see. I've got, look, my ticker is appearing over the... I still have PTSD over that noise from launch weekend. When when it went off about 1,000 times in the first stream. Who loves the billowing skirts on these mowers? Look at that. Very good. Hey, webcams are back. Hot girls and boys video chat. I tell you what, you know you've made it when the smutty channels want to push stuff. Hey Sean, how's it going, man? Nice to see you. Right, so let's see if I can... I wish this was just a little bit bigger, because then you could see the comparison between the two and you could see some of the things I was doing. So, folded, so we want to... Let's switch to... Let's unfold the front. But that's all we're going to do, because we're going to power them both up and we're going to lower them both at the same time. Switch to the back one. There we go. Let's unfold that. And as you can see, the lights coming on at the bottom as you unfold stuff, so that should be our last green light on the top row. It's a real compliment when the scammer bot's talking. And now, if I can spin them both up together. Quite pleased about that. That's working. I'm very pleased how well this is working, I'm being honest. And I can lower them both down together. So watch the yellow and the purple, the last two buttons in the middle row at the bottom. Should kick in now. And there we go. And we're off. Is grass a good money maker, or is it better to grow if you do dairy farming? Silage can be an absolute cash cow, if you excuse the pun. You can make a fortune out of silage if you sell it to the BGA. But also good if you want to do animals. Ah, this is ready to harvest because I've got the real grass mod installed. I was going to say it looked lower than it did before, but sorry. Let me just... Alan Clark, thank you very much for the sub, my friend. Much appreciated. Look how grapes are not even started. There's a few started. How's everybody finding that grape thing that I did my short on? Has anybody found any issues with that? I had a couple of people saying it didn't work for them, but I've not had an issue with it, so I'm intrigued to see if anybody else has. I heard greenhouses are a bit of a... I haven't even looked at the greenhouses yet. Maybe I should put a greenhouse on this map. Help me out with my financials. Worked fine, tried it yesterday. Good to hear, Alan. Good stuff. Yeah, thanks, Trey. Yeah, just rolled over 35 yesterday, I think. Thank you, Brian. Much appreciated. Be more Brian, everyone. If you love it, leave a like. There we go. I should have got the big Viacom. I love that new Viacom mower that pushes it into rows for you. Rather nice. I had a couple of people actually post this week going, don't see the point of this mod, when I was doing my GPS review. I was like, it's literally on every large tractor in the world. It's like, it has a purpose. Philip Hutchings, the loading screen for a map keeps freezing. So my question for you would be, how many mods have you got running? And have you tried starting the game without the mods? Because if it loads up with no mods in, that'll be your answer. You'll have a mod that's causing a conflict or a problem. Why you do this on Sim GPS? Why up or down button send Control V, not V key? Do you mean, Thomas, why have I put both of them so you raise and lower both pieces of equipment together? Yes, it was something I was trying, so some people like it, some people don't, but I'm going to probably put both options on. I mean, it works with things like mowers. When you want to lower them both together, that helps. Anything when you're running a front and a rear implement at the same time, I think it helps. But maybe you don't do that often enough, really. No mods, Philip. That's interesting. You might plough these fields as well. Do I plough these fields? We properly plough them and get a rock picker? There we go. I need to get some straw from somewhere as well. I think once our silage is fermented, we don't have much, but once our silage is fermenting, we'll maybe get some cow. Maybe next episode we'll get some cows. Well, there's the grass cut. That was easy enough. Let's fold it all back up now. There we go. Easy. Can you set it up to use a selected device? Yes, Thomas, if you just edit it so it edit the command so it only uses V instead of Control V. Did I understand your dash panel is available for those who wish to use it, and if so, where can I acquire it? If you look in Sim Dashboard, Joe, there's a little piece of software that you can download. You have to pay for the Pro version, which gives you access to the panels. But once you've got that, you can download numerous panels. This current Fendt one is a work in progress. I haven't released this one yet. It's a bit more work to do for it yet until it's ready. But I'm trying to work out what I do with this. I'm going to turn this into hay, actually. And I will use the New Holland, the very clean New Holland, which doesn't have GPS. The rocks option is turned off when the novelty ends. I think you're right too. I think you're right. We'll see. Alright, let's get this headed. More hay the better. There we go. Thomas, how could you edit that? I never used... yeah, you need to use the editor in Sim Dashboard to do that. Look at that. That texture is one of my favourite in 22. It's so good, isn't it? It is, Joe. Yes, if you just Google Sim Dashboard, I think it's strider.de is the URL. In fact, if you go and look at my GPS vid, Joe, in the description there. It's got the links in there. You'll find them in there. Do you know what I like about the rocks now is the fact that you can the lime factory. Whoever did that mod, the lime factory. Now actually you can create your own lime from the rocks, which I think is good. I'm not sure if that's come to the mod hub yet, or was it on a third-party site. So it was on the test list actually for the mod hub. So, oh, Argsy can go one better. It's going to post the link in the chat. Well, see, randomly now my wheel's behaving. Go figure, right? There is no rhyme nor reason to the madness. As a crusher, you just place rocks and it gives you lime. Nice. There's two good lime factories, a small one and a big one. If there was lime rocks on the field, what would you need to lime? You make a good point, Nitro. Never let... it's the tractor and the number plate. Never let a good... never let the reality get in the way of a good game, right? Oh, B Farms, you broke your wrist, so no FarmSim for a while. That's awful, mate. I hope you're feeling better soon. What you need is a suicide knob on your steering wheel, and then you can keep going. No lime factory yet for 22. I definitely was on the test list a few weeks ago. Wonder where it's gone. I think DJ even highlighted it in one of his streams. Oh, don't worry, heads. There's lots of guys who just sit and chill and listen to the ramblings of a madman. Look at that animation. I mean, oh, so good. I'm farming, no time for shit. I love it. I love it when we get farmers on here who are actually out driving tractors or doing stuff on the farm and watching FS vids. Kind of gutted now. When I used to be on the farm 20, 30 years ago, there was no YouTube. You kids don't know you've got it born. 608 mods on the testing. I know, it's kind of going crazy, isn't it? Heads, what's new? Nothing really. We're just doing our thing, and people are still turning up and watching me. So that's nice. That's a thing. Loving 22 feels like it's got the potential to turn into a phenomenal game. Looking forward to this next update and loads of fun mods to come out. But I mean, crikey, it's been out for 3 weeks. And look, we're already spoilt for mods. Really excited to see, you know, when some of the really good maps come out. Thomas Larson, thank you for the sub, my friend. Dragonloon, I use G920 at the moment. Literally just installed it for FS22. I'm still getting used to it. Legacy! How's it going, buddy? Legacy's pulling together some absolutely stunning sheds for MRG. They look awesome, mate. Are you saying because we listen to you rambling that we have no life? I'm not sure about you guys, Joe. I wonder if I don't have a life. I'm sitting in a room speaking to myself. Hey, Glovefox, am I practicing for the 24-hour yet? I was playing today, actually. I was racing at lunchtime and I had an absolute disaster. Well, I got ran into a lot. Harris Gaming, how do you get views on your videos? Asking for a friend. You make good content that people want to watch. Or good content. I always have this rule: if it's if I create something that I think I would watch, that's my basis. Oh, Nightbot's getting angry with your heads. He's a tough customer. I would love for you to keep going Legacy, because honestly, what I've seen looks phenomenal. I do. All the voices in my head yeah, I enjoy the voices in my head. Hey Tim, did you miss anything exciting? I don't know. It's been good. It's been very chatty. There's been a good conversations tonight. We've talked everything from people who steal mods to what we can do as a community to not let people do it. No more vet this year, so you're running the Beamer. Oh, very nice, Glovebox. I must need to tune in and watch you when you stream it. Send you a bit of support your way. Rusty Money's in the house. How you doing, buddy? Nice to see you, Rusty. Good content, I think, but can't get the view. It takes time, Harris. Do you know what I would say as well? Don't chase the views. I say this to everybody. If you're making YouTube videos to try and get views and subs, and you're doing it for the wrong reason, and you will get burnt out, and you'll get frustrated, and you will end up giving up. Do it because you enjoy the process of playing the game, making content, doing voiceovers, editing vids, whatever it is that you enjoy doing. Do it for that reason, and you'll and the views will, honestly, people feel that and see that stuff, and they will follow you because of that as much as they will follow you for just making good content. So Sergeant Alpha, how do you like that tractor? Does it have a front loader option? It does. You can add a front loader option to this in the store. Yes. Question for you, Harris. How long have you been doing it for? How long have you been making vids for? Because I know a certain Mr. YouTuber, a certain Mr. Kadirk Farms, who was doing it for 2 years and ready to throw the towel in before his before his channel kicked off. So yeah, definitely. It can come easily. It can take time. I mean, I count myself incredibly lucky to be where I am after 12 months, just over 12 months. Well, it's 18 months now, to be fair. Heads official. Where am I from? Originally, I'm from down south in the UK, but I've been living up in Scotland for the last 20 years. So I'd kind of class myself as much a Scot as I would an Englishman now. I'm sure the likes of Nitro wouldn't, but well, there you go, Harris. Argsy might be able to give you some good advice because he started out doing time lapse. I think it's a lot harder with time lapse because you can't get you as a person over. Because there's no talking, there's less interaction. It's very much a watch and observe type approach. But I think once you kind of stretch, but it is harder to do voiceover stuff, and it's not particularly comfortable sometimes. It opens up a whole new world of content to you. So. Because you can kind of start to engage with people, and streaming becomes a thing that you can do a little bit more easily. Things like tutorials or things that you found, ways you've played the game. The thought process behind why you do stuff becomes a lot easier. Oh, Fusion as well. If he's in here still, he's not actually. Fusion started off as a time-lapse guy, and I think he still does some time-lapse, but he does a lot more voiceover stuff now as well. Give it a go, Harris. Just throw yourself in at the deep end and just keep trying lots of different stuff. If you're doing content and nobody's watching it, start changing it up and see if something bites. I mean, it's a bit of trial and error. All of this is a bit of trial and error, right? I still do that. Some vids work, some vids don't, and I kind of make a mental note of, okay, why didn't that work? Or, funnily, Kadirk and Argsy and me were talking about it the other day. You slap a massive tractor and a big cornfield or a combine harvester on a thumbnail, you're guaranteed more views than if you put one of animals or cows on. Because in general, people want to see big machinery in farms and that stuff. It just is what it is. But it's an interesting. It's part of the thing I enjoy is that experimentation sometimes. Binks, yes, that's where I live. Is Edinburgh. Edinburgh is in fact the capital of Scotland. It's the capital city, so I hope it counts as Scotland. Sorry, Harris. Did I beat you to it? I was going to call myself Argsy Gaming, but some clown had taken that. Centurion, north of Inverness. I was up there this summer, mate. Love it up north. Love the Highlands. Such a brilliant place. I should do that, shouldn't I, Tom Owen? Post a picture of a combine with the panels open. Strathpeffer. I've mountain bike raced in Strathpeffer. Love it up there. Harris, where in the UK was he? Cheshire, Harris. Still beat you to get FST on Twitch. Yeah, the puffer. Yeah, that's not the one I did. No, mine was an hour and a half. One of the national series rounds. Strath Puffer. Yeah. I have no desire to do a 24-hour mountain bike race. At the moment, with my COVID belly, I have no desire to do any bike racing. Ah, there you go. Nice. Wow, that's our 2 hours up already. Can you believe it? That's time as I have had a riot tonight, guys. I've really enjoyed the chat. The chat's been really flowing. That's been brilliant. Sometimes you kind of, honestly, like my Wednesdays, I really look forward to my Wednesdays and catching up. Kind of honestly is one of the highlights of the week. Let's turn some lights on, shall we? Who was asking about the lights before? Are they still here? Yeah, bro. Bro-in-law remodels new kitchens, but been slacking off finishing my... Yeah, typical, eh? You get a family member to help you out, and you instantly fall to the bottom of the list when they get another job in. Living in Germany for 6 years. Oh, nice, Jordan. What are you doing over there? You're not in the are you in the forces? Binks, don't get me wrong, you don't sound like a Scotsman. Yeah, I'm English originally. Hey, Cranky with the £10 super chat. Thank you very much, my friend. You're a gent as always. One day I'm going to have to hunt you down, Cranky, and we're going to have to go for a beer in real life. Cranky sent me a case of a keg of beer the other month, and it was beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous beer from Froome down in Somerset. It was tremendous. So one day I'm gonna have to go on a road trip, come and hunt you down for a beer in a pub. You met a German lady. Oh well. True love. Travel across the world for true love, right? Derek Smith, I'm still English. I'm British. There you go. So apparently that's that offends a lot of people up here now. Well, not a lot of people. Not enough to get independence, eh? Oh dear. Next segment. Oh, you should send some craft beers. Oh, I'd take that. I used to be in Minnesota a lot. I used to work out there a lot. So I've sampled some of your rather nice ales actually over the years. Oh, nice one, Centurion. Glad you're enjoying it. I'm totally doing a US road trip one day. Totally doing it. I was telling Argsy the other week, I've actually paid somebody because I mean I make not much money out of this, but I make a little bit of money out of this now, which is nice. Mostly advertising revenue, and oh look, another achievement unlocked. Oh, I've managed to hire a worker. Look at that. That's what Argsy does all the time. So I've hired an accountant to do my end of year figures, so I pay my tax and don't get shouted at by the taxman next year, because it's on top of my actual real salary that I get for working. And she gave me a huge long list of stuff that I could offset against tax, and one of those was business trips. So I'm pretty sure jumping on a plane to Texas to drink beer and talk FarmSim is pretty much a business trip now. So I'm going to have to do that. Plus my brother's in LA, so I've got an excuse to go and see... He's in San Fran, actually. So I've got an excuse to go and see him. There we go, Tim. Yeah, we should all congregate in Texas at some point. I've told you, we've already talked about this, haven't we? FarmSim Guy Con. Like, we'll hire a room at the US Bank Stadium, taking a game of football. Oh, we'd have to get Kadurkin on the thing as well. That's true, yeah. Chicago as well. I'd fly into Chicago. I can get into Chicago from Edinburgh. You can get a direct flight from Edinburgh to Chicago or New York, so easy. Easy. And I've got friends in Minnesota. Got loads of friends in Minnesota, so I'll do that as well. What kind of football? Like NFL? There you go. Joe's close to Chicago too. See? Everyone who says America's a big place, it's tiny. It's tiny. Road trip. I'm going to take a month off work and just tour the States. Better check that one with Mrs. FSG, right? I could leave her shopping in New York. She'd be happy with that. Not sure my bank balance would, but not sure I could claim those as business expenses. Oh, who's a cheesehead? Asinor. Do you want to know a funny story? Do you know what? Why my my football team is the Cincinnati Bengals? Because I used to work for RBS, who owned Citizens Bank, so I ended up in Cincinnati, where their HQ was, and I got taken to a game. And there's kind of this rule. It's the same reason I support Newcastle United. Like, the first team you go and see ends up being your team, right? Need a better account for Mrs. FSG. I think I need a bigger bank account for Mrs. FSG. So yeah, my team is the Bengals. I mean, the Bengals and Newcastle United as a double act. Like, just what? That's some bad life choices, right? Right there. Azores. The politically correct do-gooders. Or, what does it say in your passport? Anybody but the Bengals go Browns. Well, to be fair, that seems to be working for you, Jim, because it usually is anybody but the Bengals. Although I did get to see the Chad Johnson years, which were quite good fun. He was a character, wasn't he? I am over it now. I'm over it now. And for some reason, all my... oh, look at that. It emptied... When I ran over grass then, it emptied all the hay out of my thing. Did you see that? Am I the hidden money behind PCB capital partners? If only. Right, let's pick this up. Hay up even. Can't speak. And then we'll call it there. Let's check I had all my lights on then. There we go. I've got a couple of friends who are Packers fans actually. They're a consistently good team, aren't they? Just seem to be there or thereabouts. Tennessee, yeah. I'm gonna have to go everywhere. I'm gonna have to head down to I have to visit Bull's Gap, don't I? If I go to the States, Bull's Gap and Flint Hills have to be on the visit list. Just to say I've been there. I've chucked it all over the fence here. That's annoying. You were a Bengals fan as a kid, and then you grew up and realised it was a bad idea. I, however, didn't have the knowledge to be able to do that, so... Could be worse. You could be a Man U fan, ARGs. Oh look, it's not picking that up. Oh, it did there. Yeah, we have a joke about that, Derek, in the UK about when Man U fans lose and the supporters leave early, it's so they can get the train back down to London without having to queue, which always makes me chuckle. You always get the hangers on and the freeloaders. As soon as a team starts doing well. Although, that said, Newcastle's had 50,000 plus supporters at its games for the last 20 years and nobody's... we've not won a thing. This is going to time nicely with the end of the day and a nice sunset, hopefully. Yeah, do like the lighting. Detroit Lions. Oof. One club town though, that's the benefit of that. It's a bit like Leeds. Well, you could support Sunderland or Middlesbrough if you wanted, but who's going to do that? Who's going to do that? Oh dear, Harris Gaming's got a slap on the wrist from Nightbot as well now. He does get a bit temperamental sometimes. Hey, Pleasant. Yeah, unfortunately, mate, we're just about done here. Oh, nice, yeah, nice cranky. It is. It's a brilliant stadium. I think about 3 years ago was the last time I went down. Hey, Suburban, nice one, mate. Glad you got it sorted. Sorry if I've messed up your custom key buttonings. Right, a couple more rows to go. We'll dump this in the shed, and we are good to go. Drummond, you've got a view of St James's Park from your house. I was speaking to my mate from Newcastle today, actually, because I was gonna arrange to jump on a train and go down and see him for a few beers before Christmas, but yeah, I can't be bothered now. We're edging towards another lockdown at the moment. It's going to be a quiet old Christmas. Oh well. More farm sim time, I guess. Every cloud. Right, I'll go back and pick that bit up at the other end in a sec. Take care, Tim. All the best, mate. Yeah, we'll see you again soon, don't worry. Alright, there we go. Right, let's get this dumped in the shed, and we are... I can't get that bit in the corner. It's because I put that stupid fence up. I should have left it open, shouldn't I? I might just actually delete that bit. I just noticed the sound of the gravel when you drive the tyres over it there. Hadn't heard that before. That's very nice. Yet another brilliant sound. Right, there we go. Hey in. Job done. It's getting dark, so we will call it there. We managed to run for an extra 18 minutes tonight, guys. There you go. Getting your money's worth. Right. Thank you all very much. That was a riot. Loved that. Really enjoyable stream. Thanks for listening and joining in and getting involved. Much appreciated as always. I am stuck now in this building. Look at that. That's what happens when you park your tractor too close. So we'll roll him forward. Have a brilliant rest of your week. I think Args and I are going to try and do a little bit of a Christmassy stream next Wednesday. Is that right, Args? So yes. A bit of a joint stream or something. But as always, been a pleasure, guys. Thank you all for your support. As always, make sure you hit the like button on the way out if you can, if you haven't already. And we'll chat to you soon. Take care. Have a good one. All the best, guys. See you soon. Bye for now. Bye-bye.